sheet I have shared in Dewberry. With your breakfast, you can open the camera. We're not snatching your breakfast. Just I want to see what items you are taking in breakfast. Okay, so that. Still only 80 students fill the email address. Please confirm, all of you. Okay, I will add later on. Today, have you gone through my slides? So many slides, isn't it? Is there any confusion? Like, okay, for your I just want to see that whether you understand or not. Okay, that's the reason, the 4-hour class. If I lecture all the 2 hours altogether, and I will give you the 2 hours for the practicing, it will not occur. Maybe for one topic you will take 2 hours.
So, sir, all the sheet that you are give us, this is all about. I mean, the all lecture about the Java. I already finished everything.
No, not all. I just give you the introduction.
Only introduction.
Yes, only introduction.
It's too many, sir. Yeah.
Introduction is for concepts. Only the 7 to 10 slides for is presentation. Not more than that, maybe. Okay, and the basic elements I given you that you know. But today what I need to teach you. This is the first paradigm, because the class concept is nothing. Nothing means just you need to understand the class concept, but how to implement the class concept in your programming paradigm, that is important. Okay, so I will show, and I'm requesting you, if you feel that I'm going very fast, please stop me. Okay, please stop me and ask me the question so that I can just. Otherwise, if sometimes I am talking in my page, maybe that page not be suitable for you. So you just stop me at any point. Okay, I'm sharing my. Where is my slides? Okay, teaching Java. Because Java is a huge course, but for your um, like for your syllabus, it's not all, but I'm showing you. Okay, for this one. Can you see? Is it visible?
Can, sir. You can see.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The first thing, I just repeat this one, is object-oriented programming techniques for objects and class. What basically the thing is. An object in Java is the physical as well as a logical entity, whereas class in Java is called logical entity only. Okay, no matter whether you understand or not. Okay, the thing is, I'm giving why. Okay, I'm just giving one thing. Oops, sorry. Uh, no. I'm just repeating this thing. Okay, this one. There is a state. You have to just know the term. Okay, state means the data. What is data? The last class I have taught you what is data in class. In class, what is data basically? Data and what is code? Anyone? Anyone? Just I want to. Can it be visible? So thing is, use a similar to the class. What is basically class? The class is a concept. Class is a template. Class is a blueprint. You see the building you have in our campus. Is it blueprint or the building itself? So before building this structure, they design for this building what will be for the building. Like that. It's the dog is a dotted line. As a dog is a dotted line. Data have a space where the different size and values can be stored in the variable. The state is a variable. Yes, in class, the state is a variable. Hmm? Thanks. So the class is called the data is called, or state is the value of the variable basically. State is the value of variable. Seems like that. I'm just giving you one example, like the dog. So dog is a dotted line. No, the left side is dotted line. It's not a real dog. What the dotted line denotes the class. What the class? Basically, the dog should be like this. Dog should be like this. Okay, dog should have some properties. Dog should have some property, like what the property? The color, eye color, height, length, weight, something like that. Okay, and dog head must have some methods. Method means dog can sit, dog can, that means what dog can do, like lay down, shake, come, and bark. So many activities dog can perform. So this was the concept. This was the concept before dog is realized. Before dog is realized, this was a concept. Now, if I create an instance means, if I create an instance means I create an object. The instance means the object of that concept. No, the instance means the occurrence of that concept. So instance means the occurrence, instance means the object. We call it instance. Okay. It's something that you have a concept, and now it's realized in your real life. It's called instance. So the right side is not only a dog, because it's a Bobby. Its name is Bobby now. It's not the concept of dog. It already born. It already realized in the reality. Before you born, what basically your specification is there. Before you're born, your parents are expecting, oh, I will have a baby. But baby, what about baby? Oh, they have the concept. Okay, baby should have this property. Baby should have this functionality. Huh? After you born, just you realize in the world, that is you are. That is you are the object. That is you are the instance. That means the concept is already realized. It's called the instance. So now you see the Bobby has the color yellow. The eye color is brown. Height is 17 inch, length 35 inch, and weight is 24 pounds. And Bobby can do whatever the Bobby dog class was specified. Bobby can do whatever we specified in a dog class, because our creator Allah made a design first. What that design? Okay, dog should have this type of property, and dog can perform these activities. That is designed by Allah. Understand? Now, when you see a dog is running in front of you, that is the object of that dog. It's nothing else. It's simple, isn't it? Now, understand or not? Understand or not?
Understand, sir. It's clear.
It's clear.
Yes, sir.
Still understand. Okay, Juberi, how are you? Have you finished your breakfast?
I'm fine, sir. I was doing with my another email. I was there in the class.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, no problem. Just put your email address in this Google Sheet so that I can incorporate.
I already joined with my AIU email.
Okay.
All right.
Maybe something problem with this domain, because we have the aiu.edu.my and you have, maybe I don't know, basically they know the IT department. Your domain is the student.aiu.edu.my. Maybe it is being conflicted nowadays. Okay, so this is class and object. Maybe it's clear, isn't it?
You have to put your email.
Can you explain me a bit more about this class and object in your examples? In any other example that you understand? Anyone? Just give an example. That this may be a class, and the class has the objects. Just example for your understanding. Gulam, can you explain what you understood in class and object?
Basically, the main concept, if we say like the object that have physically something that you already mentioned, that like AI, you have lot of building. So in here we can say the building is in here the object. In our daily life, they have lot of object. We can say like
What will be the class of that object?
the class of this object.
Of this
So
building object?
so we can say the blueprint in here. The before we meeting anything, creating anything, basically we need to we need the blueprint. I mean the in here
Yeah,
the whole
it's a design. It is a design.
it's a design.
In the
Yeah.
paper design is a blueprint of this building, is it? You can see in a two-dimensional papers, or you can see in a what is called the three-dimensional effect, using 3D model of the building. All a building is called the class. Okay, that means the
Yes.
design, all the class. Okay, and this building is now is
The object. Okay.
object. So
Yes.
how many objects will be created for each and every class? Can be created how many objects for each class?
It should be more than one or one, depend on uh, what basically we want to convince. I mean, in our coding.
Oh, its answer should be unlimited.
Yeah, unlimited.
For this, the concept of a student, like, a student is a concept. Student is a blueprint. Student is something it will have, before 100 years, before 100 years. Is there any programmer in the world before 100 years? No.
Sorry, sir. My network is a problem. Is that my network problem or your network problem? You stuck
Is it?
sometimes. I didn't hear you, like basically.
Everyone, same to Golam. Okay. That means Golam has the problem, not me. Okay. Thing is, before 100 years ago, like, is there any concept, or is there any designation like programmer?
Not really, because 100 years ago, this is not
Because the
established any.
computer was not there.
Yeah, so
The computer was not there. So how come the programmer will be there? Before creation of human being in this world, Allah created a blueprint. Allah created a blueprint of human being. What should be the human being? You have to design, no? Allah designed us. Allah designed us. Okay, this shape will be there for the human being. The height, weight. There should be a name also. You know, we have so many ants in our campus, and there's so many ants. Can you name them? Because I don't need to put their name. They don't have this type of property. They don't require. Hmm. You know, before 100 years, do we have the social security number? National ID like? Or any other ID like that we need to identify who is Golam and who is Sirajun Nabi?
maybe Zubairi have sir before 100 years ago.
Jubair, Jubair, did, huh? Did you have? No. The concept was not there. So why, the concept first, the concept is called the class. Nothing is there. The concept is called the template. We are using so many templates in creating our document. So template first or the document first? According to template, I can create so many documents. According to blueprint, I can create so many objects. How many objects I can create? Unlimited. Maybe up to the hard disk size, up to the RAM size. Okay, if I create a object, it will be stored in the RAM. So things like that, how many bytes requires for creating an object? I told you how many bytes you require to create a structure that you have submitted in your last semester, project. Can you calculate the how many bytes you require in the memory to save a structure, a record? Like you have created a student structure. The student has ID. Student has, I'm showing you my code so that you can understand then. Notepad. Okay. This one. So for each and every student, how many bytes I require in the RAM? Can you calculate anyone and put in chat box? How many bytes? How many bytes? Depends on data type. You see, I have shown you. Eka, I have shown you how many bytes for each and every student. If I declare a student like a student, like Golam. So Golam requires how many bytes? Then Eka, then Yahio. So for each and every student, like for Golam, how many bytes are required to store in the memory? Depend. I am logging. Okay, lagging. I can't see your screen. Oh, Eka. Is everybody same? 32. Yes, 32. Because 3 integers is with 20 characters. Okay. That's 32 byte. So 32 byte for each one student. So if I create an object of the student, it's a sim like that object. If I create different objects for the student class, it's not big deal that you are in a struct and the class is almost same. It's also template of data only. The struct is template of data only. That is, it's a property. Nothing else. A class we have extra, that is the methods inside the class. That is the difference, isn't it? That is the grossly we differentiate is. So if I create any class like students, how much space or memory required for store for each and every student like this? I have created what is the okay? I have created new. Okay, this is Golam. Okay, this is the object. If I create for Golam object, how much okay bytes we require in this memory? Okay, anyone? Anyone? The ID is integer. So integer is always 4 byte. Why 4 byte, Why not 2 byte? Yes, Azkal, 4 byte for integer. Why 4 byte, Because of 32-bit register, nothing else. So we are handling nowadays a 32-bit register for the integer variable. So 32-bit that means 4 byte. Okay. For the name is not specified here. So Java will handle when you input you just enter the name. So it's bit dynamic. Isn't it? It's not occupied 20 bytes. If I specify the Golam Mohiuddin, how many characters? How many bytes? 5, 6, then 10, then 14, 15. Oh, 15 bytes is requires. If I declare, a 20 byte, maybe misuse. So Java created a new paradigm like this. Okay, you don't require to specify your name. When you create or when you enter your name, it will be calculated for you. So it's a little bit dynamic, but for instance, if I create maybe 20 byte, okay, so altogether 24 bytes we require to store an object, because of the storage is required for the data. The function we have, we don't require any storage. It's a specification, nothing else. It's not data. So that means we have two different memory. One is called class memory. That means class loading will be there. It's only for this loading purpose. What is the code there? And another is for the heap memory. Heap memory used for storing your object. So there are two memories maintained by Java initially. That is, one is class memory, that is class loading, whether I'm just declaring any object. At that time, only the variable size will be, or property size will be considered to occupy the memory space. Okay, so it's only see the structure and class the same. So what basically I told you that the last class, if I declare this only the Golam at a variable, nothing else, then Golam equal to new student. That is, this is a dynamic allocation of your object. It's a dynamic allocation of the memory. That means when you declare this student object like Golam in 16 line, it's created only loading the class, nothing else. It's loading the class. But after that, in line 17, when I declare this new student, that means new born student is there. The Golam is now born. Like in line number 16, Golam will be born in future, okay? Golam is not born yet. But in line 17, now Golam is in the RAM. Golam is in the RAM. Golam is instantiated now. That means I have created an object. I have created the object, the concept I have created, but it's not allocating in memory. This is a dynamic allocation of memory. Is it clear? So today I will show you in different topics. Up to that, just for the last class, I'm just repeating this one because so that I understand.
Sorry, sir. In my last class, I have one question. I just did one program that have should I need to save the Java source file by class name, or I can choose any name? Because last time when I created
by class name, it's mandatory. The class name, even in case sensitive.
One problem, sir, is the camel casing is creating sometimes problem when I declaring the.
Sorry.
I mean, I have a problem, camel casing problem. When I'm going to initiate the variable, sometimes I forgot to make it camel casing.
Oh, forgetting is a problem. Practice will solve this problem. When I will tell again and again, okay, maintain the camel casing, one day you will not forget. Two things you have to maintain. One is camel casing, the naming convention you have must. Don't put smaller letters in the class name. I have shown you the naming convention, one slide, isn't it? So follow this one. Someone follows the camel casing, someone follows snake casing. But camel casing is worldwide acceptable. It is mostly used the camel casing, okay? So it is a readable format, it's readable and smaller names, meaningful can be utilized, okay, by this one. If I tell the student information is all together and the same, the lowercase everything. So you may not understand what the words is there, isn't it? So camel casing is important in this connections. The thing is, your question was is the same name should be the Java file name and the class name? It's a mandatory. It's a mandatory. Like if you like mismatch this name with this, the Java compiler will not work. It's a mandatory. Okay, now I just I will create a brand new class for you. Brand new class for student management systems. I will create no brand new. Okay, I'm just giving this one already done. Okay, so the thing is that I will omit this class. Only ID and name I have in teacher class. Okay. If I declare, I'm just deleting all the things from here to here. Okay, sorry. Just teacher. Okay. I'm just importing teacher. Okay. Whether it is okay, teacher is done. Okay. Teacher, maybe Rashid is equal to new teacher. Okay, it's working fine. The thing is, I will create a method here. I will create a method here so that the method name is teacher. And I will put just for just calling this this method. This method is running. Okay, sorry. The method is running. TSCHER teacher is created. A new teacher is created. I'm talking the new teacher is created. Wow. Okay. I'm just declaring this method, and I have now there is a mistake. So now what is the visibility? Visibility of this, you see, I need to put the public. Okay. It will be solved. Okay, fine. So now I just run this program, nothing else. See what is happened. The new teacher is created. How come? Anyone? The new teacher is created. I just declare this variable, nothing else. I just create an instance. Rashid is a new teacher. It shows the new teacher is created. That means this method automatically called. This method automatically called. if I omit this one, I'm just declaring only this variable. After that, I just omit. What will be happen? Nothing comes. So what bit difference? I have created a method named teacher, and it is, I have created in so many methods in for different names. Or maybe show.
So Ismail, when we calling the method, we don't need it to put it the print option here.
Which one? Print.
Yeah, because in the main function,
Hmm.
so we don't need it to as just system of the print hello world. We created this one. We created here, but we using the method. So is the benefit of this method? We don't need it to use a lot of thing in here. So we need to just call the teacher, Dr. Rashid equal teacher bracket. That's it. Just call method. That's it. It's simple.
Yeah, basically the main method is called the driver method. Driver method, that means you are controlling everything. Why you code everything inside this driver method? The driver method will call other methods. Driver method will use their methods. So these methods are called like library. The print methods we used for the from the library stdio. So
The C is still in my brain. So
yeah, because that's the print method, printf method. Who built it? The C compiler, the C developers. They build it for us so that we can use it. So now the driver methods is the main method. I will use my other library methods that I have. I'm creating other library by my own. I'm creating my own, or even I will create for you so that you can use. So the driver method is nothing but the testing method. Okay, I'm just testing whether the functionality is or everything is okay or not, because the driver method will not use in the future. In the real life driver method, everything will be just starting up, nothing else. Everything will be the menu driven. Even the menu will call. You see the last code, what is the main method? Is this the main method? Is there anything I did? Just I greetings like that. Okay, hello world, type that. After that, I just call the menu, isn't it? So the driver method is for only for using, testing, something like that. Okay. The thing is, okay, now I have created a teacher like Rashid. As I declared, nothing else. But is not storing in the RAM. Why? Because it's not allocated in the RAM. When it will be allocated? If I create this one, okay? Or I can do for you like this. Rashid equal to new Rashid. Then and only then that this method is called. Why? This is the this method is the special method. It's not a normal method. This method is a special method. That is called, isn't it? That is called. You see? That's I'm showing you. Okay, this is called. That's why it's printing. Otherwise, it's not printing. Okay. So this method is called a special kind of method named constructor. This method is called the constructor. That means when your object is constructed, your object is constructed, like Rashid is got a new teacher, that means the new object is created, is constructed. In that time, while the construction is going on, this method automatically called. So construction is called or invoked automatically. Understand? This is a special kind of method. It's not a normal method. Understand? In C, there is no something like this called. Automatically your method will be called. That's why we put this. This is also, we know that this is the notation of method. The name with the first bracket and open and close. This is the notation of calling method, isn't it? So this is the method, this is the construction method of the teacher class. That's why this is the constructor. Understand so far?
Sir, so you create a method here and then call the method and put variable and allocate the space.
Sorry, I have created a properties, these variables.
No, here you for here like this one teacher, you create a method. Then here this application here you put teacher, call that method and put a variable and new method, allocate the space for them.
Yeah, this is for declaring my object. It's a declaration. Understand?
Oh yes.
I have created a class. It's a different file. I have created a different file. Like in C, we can create our
library file.
We can create our header file.
Yeah.
It seems like that. Okay, that all the classes are my header file.
Classes.
The other classes is for my header file. Okay, this teacher is another Java file. It's my header file. Okay.
Okay.
The header file, you know.
Yeah, no.
So I have created my header file because all the if I create so many classes, so many classes inside one file, then what will be happen? Like last day I told you just break all the rooms and put in everybody in the same room at your home.
Yeah.
So it should be organized in nice way so that it will be clean code. So that's why the header file is there. So why the header file? Because is separating the concerns of the different codes for the different header files. That's why C compiler created so many header files. stdio.io is one header file, stdio.lib is another header file, string.h another header file, so many header files. So why you ask for why we created so many header files? Why not you create only one header file and put all together in one file? No, because of separation of concern. Separation, that's why we are creating departments in our organization. So every employee sitting in the same room is not work. The accounts people will talk with the accounting terminology. And the media communication department will talk in different terminology. Why they are sitting in the same workplace? That's why we will create different files. Different files is not a matter. It is just creating my file. And when I will use, I just import them. I'm just import them, nothing else. So it is handy, it's easy. Rather, I'm creating all the codes, all the codes in the same file. So I have created a class like teacher. I have created another class like a student that I'm required. If I create another class for the like employee, is any other person. If I created the examination, I need to create for student attendance class. I need to create the subject class. I have created the program class, course class, so many things I need to create. A semester class, everything is separately in different class you have to. When you use just do it, just include or import your class in the header file so that the code will be feel like that you have the code. So before running this, feel like your code is upside. Okay, your code is upside. The whole code is here.
Hello, sir.
Understand?
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Kiraj.
Actually, sir, when we did our C programming, so at the time they are showed the header file, but here it's not showing that. So what is the difference between this?
It show the header file means?
No, just now you said that we did that studio.h, this one, include.studio.h.
Yeah, this include.
Yeah.
That's why. You see the import?
Yeah.
Can you see?
Oh, yes, sir.
Obviously, it is shown because it's our creation.
Yes.
Even one question you can, the good question you can ask. Good question you can ask. Like, we have header files like stdio for printing our any statements, isn't it? Like
Yeah, I can ask,
stdio.
but that one was for only C.
Yeah, stdio. But what the code or header file for system out.println? Isn't
Yes,
it?
in sidebar they have code.
Because
JRE system library. Their side everything. Is it that one, sir?
yeah, I'm asking for in C I need to include stdio.h for printing purpose, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
For printf function. But thing is, I am using system.out.println for printing in the screen, but I didn't include anything. I didn't include or import anything system file like.
Yes, sir, it was my question.
No,
Or,
it's sir, it's like site they have in everything. If you create.
yeah, they have everything loaded.
Yeah.
This is already loaded. That's why I can use it. Through this like you will know later on step by step. I can if I want to discuss about the what is system, then out and println, it will be out of your head.
So, sir,
Okay,
according to the explanation, system.out is this is and the header file studio is the same things.
no, this is the library. I'll tell you after later. Okay.
Okay,
Because
sir.
if I want to discuss this one, it will have a prerequisite to understand this one. Okay.
All right, sir.
Something the parents are calling. Okay, you are coming from heavens like that. Or sometimes we call the parents are calling in the children. If your child is asking for how come I came here in this world, and your parents, okay, one day I saw in your roadside, I pick it up. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So if your mother explains how you come, is it suitable for you to understand for those ages? No. So thing is, okay, so far so we just learned that the class and the structure is similar. The class in object-oriented language and the structure in our structured programming is almost same like for our properties. But the special thing is the class have the methods. It's a bit difference. For the structurally, I'm just talking about. But now today we learned there is a constructor. We have the constructor method. What is the method? The constructor method. So if I see this method is called, but this method is not called, how come? Can you put this? Okay, I want to put this show method. Oh no, you cannot put this show method in new operator because this is not your constructor. Only constructor can be, when your objective will be created, realizations, that time only the constructor is called. But maybe you should ask a questions that if I omit this one, what is called? If I omit this one, I'm just ignoring the code. And sorry. And if I omit this one, ignoring this code, still I'm using this teacher method, isn't it? How come? Because now I have created constructor, but before I didn't create, but still I need to use this one to get access my property. Okay, because if I want to get access by ID, it's possible. It's possible. But if I omit this one, you didn't say that not a big deal. Not a big deal. Okay, still that will be error. If I omit this line, you cannot. You see the initializing variable. So you have to initializing the fix the variable. How come? You have to null it. Still, you see, cannot be possible to. There is a problem. What problem? The object is not created. I'm just declaring this object, and that is null. So the Rashid ID cannot be used. So when I declare, and after that I just create an instance, that time is okay. This time, now it's okay. It's running fine. It's compiled. But still, see, I didn't create any constructor. But what is the purpose of this? In that time, if you don't create any constructor by yourself, automatically the Java will create a blank constructor like this. Like what? Like, sorry. Oh, no. How to open this? Oh, so ID problem. I don't know. Okay. Java will create a blank constructor. Java will create a blank constructor like this. What is this? There is no method will be there. There is no method will be there. Just blank. Just blank. This type of constructor Java will create for you. That's why it's not shown. But if I specify the method, what is that? If I specify the method here, that is shown, okay? But the thing is, now new teacher is, because it's called. So it was a blank constructor by default if you don't create by yourself. Understand? So obviously it's a must. Java will create for you a constructor method. So better we should create our own constructor. So now what is the purpose of constructor? The number one is creating a dynamic memory allocation for our objects. And number two purpose of this constructor is initializing variables, initializing our properties, because it's a initial called. You cannot call after that. It is just called when the object is created. When the object is created, nothing else. Okay, if I want to display this method by my ID and name, okay, I just call this show ID, then plus this dot ID. Sorry, this dot ID, then name equal to this dot name. Okay. After that, just I called Rashid dot show. Okay, nothing else. So what will happen? The name and ID is shown here. So thing is, I need to declare directly. I need to entering my data directly from this driver method. So what we should do? We should create another constructor. But it shows an error. What error? Error called, okay, you have the same name. You have the same name. Should remember. Duplicate method teacher. So can we create a duplicate method in C? Is it possible? Even in Java? It will crash. Okay. Now I'm just giving another thing. It's okay. Put is integer ID, then string name. Okay. Now seems like okay. But what I will do? I will this dot ID equal to ID. And this dot name will be name. Okay, this way I just created another constructor in the same name. So when I declare, now you see, I just want to put here in the parameter, this ID is 1, then name is Rashid Karim. So I don't need these two lines explicitly. Now, if I call this one, see, oh, nice. The data is, I'm transferring data when the object is created. That is through this constructor for assigning our properties. So now I will put private so that nobody can get access outside world. So it is a purposefully, it's okay, na? So if I want to get access now, that last day nothing is ID's name is visible. Only show method. So what you understand? You understand that your property is now secured. by imposing a private specification. This is the called access specifier. So I put it private so that ID and name only be used in this curly braces. In this class, inside the class, no other one can use my property. This is my personal property. Understand? This is not shared. So what I need to do, I need to create a parameterized constructor. It's called parameterized constructor. Parameterized constructor. Sorry. Okay. Parameterized constructor. So understand there are two types of constructor we have. One is called default constructor. It's called default constructor. Default means if you don't create, the Java will not bother you. If you don't create this constructor, Java will default constructor will be created by the Java compiler. Because the default constructor is required for creating your object. But if you specify your parameterized constructor, you may delete this one. Don't record because you have already one constructor. So Java will not, okay, nice. You have created your own constructor. So I don't bother that whether you have the constructor or not, because you just created by your own. But if you don't create, Java will tell, okay, I will create for you, but I don't know whether inside the constructor method I will just put a blank constructor for you. Why? Because the constructor is required to create your object, to instantiate your object. Understand?
Uh, Excuse me, sir. One more thing I want to ask you about private and public.
Hmm. I don't hear you. Gulam, are you there?
Maybe connection problem, sir.
Hmm. Okay. So what is you learn that the constructor, if it is the default constructor is by default you have, if even you didn't write any constructor, the implicitly the compiler will create a blank default constructor for you. And if you want to create a default constructor specifying just initializing this one, just new, for your understanding, okay, the constructor is called, okay. But the most important use to initialize your parameters, initialize your properties, initialize your variables. This is the instance variable. It's called the instance variable. Your instance variable is initialized by your constructor when just while you create your object. Understand? By passing your values.
It's my bad, sir. My network connection was lost, so I
Oh, no
didn't hear
problem.
anything. Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir.
Oh, you asked a question, but I didn't understand. Can you repeat?
Oh, I just repeat the in here when you initialize the public variable and you convert to in private variable. So I didn't identifying the most the different actually,
Oh,
because the
carry on.
because you said that when you're using the private, so it's like it's secure.
Hmm.
So how do I know the is secure actually?
What is called security?
Security
Security
means security means they have what do you call this one?
control unauthorized access.
No one can be do
Controlled unauthorized access. Okay, access control is called security. Is actually access control. So what is the, you have to have the access in you, because you are inside the teacher class. So you are using inside your room, inside your home, all the rooms you can go, isn't it? But is there should you open the door, the rooms for the public people at your home, for the public? Understand?
Yeah.
This, the most important thing is the property, nothing else. The property or the value is the most data. It's called the property, value, data, attributes, all are similar. Okay, what is the most valuable thing? The data. So data should be secured, but the data need to be accessed with the security system. If you put this the public, then everyone can get access and do anything, whatever they can by your own. You don't know, you don't know whether they will be honest or not, isn't it? So
Sir,
hmm,
then why we still use the public for the teacher method and show method?
Yeah,
oh,
that's the thing.
the show method and public method, that should be, if I everything is private, so you cannot get access from anywhere else. So what basically you need to put public, that should be used by the publicly, because if you put everything in your body, everything is private, like your hearing function also the private, so nobody will call you.
So exactly why we
Okay.
can understand that we need to put it private and public.
Because what basically you need to give access to the public, that's why you are giving this to the public. If you feel like, okay, I don't want to get give access to the public, so put it other than public.
So if I add one statement inside the teacher method, it will be shown.
Which
I mean,
one?
we make ID and name as a private, right?
Yeah.
But how if we add one more statement inside the teacher method, but it's publicly accessed, right?
All are public. Do you want to make any private method?
No, I mean, let's say we want to add one more statement inside the teacher method.
Inside the teacher method, yeah. This one.
The second one.
Or second one.
That one.
There are two statements.
Yeah,
One
so
is
we add one more
assigning
statement.
ID. Yeah.
Let's say we want to print some text.
Oh, you can put here also.
Okay,
What
so
do you
when we call the teacher method, it will be showing only that statement, right? But not that
Yeah,
ID
yeah.
and name.
Well,
Isn't
ID
it?
name I just assigning. Oh, I just assign ID. But if you want to see what basically the ID, you can call this method. That's why I just create another method. Or if you put all together in the same method, what will be happen? Do it in the same method. Okay. If someone asking, okay, I'm not assigning, I don't want to see now. I don't want to see now. So what will happen? For seeing is different. I want to show you. I want to see the real value. This one I don't want to see. Even if I put it there, when you call the teacher method, it will assign and show. But if you want to see this is not suitable for assigning and showing at the same time. So you should not put it here. Or another thing you can do, okay, the showing is the different method. You can call this showing method from here. Understand? so that you don't need to call this method again. I'm just running and executing the same thing. So I'm assigning the value. I'm assigning the value through my constructor. After that, I just called the method I have specified in this. In that time, you can put private. My mouse is problem. You can put it private, no matter, because this method is called inside the function inside your class. So no matter, it will work. Okay. See, now it's private, and you cannot call explicitly by outside world. See. So Java is a built-in security. If you just put the private, nobody can see. Understand?
Yes, sir. This one is clear, but just my understanding. In teacher, actually, we cannot call two method the same name. So in here we use the teacher, and under the bracket we use the integer ID and string name.
Yeah.
So in this case we use the this 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 dot id or name or anything. We just need to this time we need to use this, yeah. Or
Yeah.
actually where we can use the this function.
Oh, this function is within this bracket. This is, what is this? Isn't it? The big question is, what is this? You always ask, what is this? Oh, I'm telling you, this is the object of this class. Understand? This is the object of this class. So we'll have class on this also. You see?
Yeah, last class you used this also.
No. There is a slide, this keyword in Java. There are so many ways, this. This is this keyword in Java. This is basically is pointing to the object. This is a reference value of the object. So what is this? This is a reference variable. Like this is an object of this class. So this is now the object of teacher class. In student class, this is the object of student class. Understand? Gulam?
Somehow, sir.
Somehow. Okay, no problem. Gradually you will understand, because it's a new thing for you. It's a new thing. That's why, you need to think about, you need to read something, go through. After some couple of days, you will start understanding. So this is nothing but the object, like I have created, I have created outside the class. If I create outside the class the same object, I can give a name, because when I will use by this real name. But inside this, why I'm calling me? Why I'm calling me? Me is like my object. I'm calling, okay, this is my thing. So when I call the me, like when I'm talking with me, so me is actually the object of me. So thing is that this is the object of the class when you declare, because you cannot declare inside the class the same thing inside the class, the same variable. Okay, like this. You just create a teacher Rashid, because a new teacher. You cannot do that inside the class. There's a just Rashid dot ID. You cannot tell this like the Rashid dot show. It's for the outside. Another one will tell, okay, Golam. This is the Golam dot name, Golam dot ID. Other people will tell, okay, this is the house of Golam dot building, Golam dot book, isn't it? But thing is, when you tell, oh, this is my book, oh, other people is called this is Golam's book, and you are telling, no, this is my book. Why you put my? You can also say this is Golam's book. Understand, Golam?
Yes, sir.
When you tell this is my book, that means this is my ID. So we are calling the my ID. Okay. So like that. This is like me. So this is the object or instance of this class, which is basically this inside the class name. That is, so this is now, this represents the teacher. This is an object of this teacher class. And this, when the students see this object, this is the object of the student class. So this is used inside the class, not outside the class. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now any other questions? Anyone? Juveri?
No questions so far.
No question of her. So far no question. So far you don't ask any question. Mansoor, Afghan, are you there? Mansoor, can you show your handsome face? Mansoor. Yeah. Oh, nice man. Very smart guy. So, do you understand what basically I have covered today? Do you have any question?
Yes, sir, I understood those things, but I should watch again the video, the record.
That
No,
means,
because it was I had network problem at the beginning.
oh, okay, the problem. Okay. So one thing we can do for you, because of the MCO, we cannot go to one by one. Well, basically in the lab, we can go your computers. I can see what basically you are doing and give assistance to solve your problem. But now this MCO giving us the so tremendous barrier to get into touch with the students. So one thing I can offer you, if you can accept this one, you can come to my the ground floor of my apartment. There is 3 tables, but don't come all at the time because the MCO people will understand, okay, that they are putting gathering. Eh? So one thing is just you can come max 5, not more than 5 students at a time. I will give you time, extra time, okay? With your laptops, so that just you just sit a little while. I will show you. I will see you. What is the problem is going on. I just give you time. Maybe 1 hour. I will give every day. You can come, but before coming, just knock me. Okay? Not in the evening. Obviously, in the daytime.
Okay, sir.
Understanding?
Okay, sir.
Because if you understand the object-oriented technology, the world will be in different dimension. You can use your knowledge further. It is easy to understand. After knowing this object-oriented technology, you will feel that okay, Java is easier than C programming. See, my 11-year old my kid is telling me that Java is easier than C. Understand? Have you seen my kid's video? Mansur?
Yes, sir. Yes. That you shared in the class. I'm joining every day class.
Okay. So the thing is, Java is little bit, because your mental structure is like C like now, because you learned. Now it's a different country we are in different culture. So object-oriented culture is different than structured programming. That's why you are feeling like, okay, I don't understand, something like that, isn't it? Even when we started C programming, that first time, see, you thought that okay, this is very hard. It will be solved. The thing is, you have to ask me questions so that I can give you the right solution for you, because I don't know what is going on in your mind. Because if it's a face-to-face class, I can see your eyes, I can read your mind. This is how much you understand or not. But in this online session, it's a little bit tough then, because the Pika is like almost black. I cannot see Pikas even a glass also. See? You see, now it's visible, okay. But the thing is, very small things. The icon like I cannot see you. Pika, do you understand?
Yes,
I
sir.
really, I really, for your understanding better, I really want to give you as much I can do. I want to make you understand as much I can do. I'm trying my level best to make you understand. But I need your cooperation. Otherwise, it may not be possible to, each and every one is students to go inside in your mind and read your mind that you are understanding or not. At least if I see your face, then that time I just know what basically your jewelry.
Wow, what a beautiful face, sir.
You see, the class should be interactive like that.
Sir, I think you already inside my brain.
Where is Naveed?
I'm here, sir. I'm here.
Sorry, sir. Yeah.
Naveed, can you show your handsome face, athlete body?
I don't have faith.
Huh? You see,
It's
yeah.
black.
No. We are black, no problem. The
No,
black is in your room, not you.
yes.
Your mind is very white and clean, I know, but your room is black. So why don't you put on the light?
Uh, I don't like to stay in bright place.
Oh, you don't like bright place. You are always in dark. That's your dark place. So do you understand? The most important things, you have to utilize our time so that you can understand as best as you can.
I will come to you, sir,
No,
because
no.
I don't understand
Coming,
mostly.
coming to me is not only the solutions. Coming to
No,
me is one kind of solution. But the thing is, in our class time, you have to understand a bit so that you can ask questions. If you don't understand anything, you may not ask any question.
Navid, are you going there for biryani?
Which biryani?
Mm. Then, who is he or she? I don't know. Oh, Fio. Fio, are you there? Sulaiman. Is Sulaiman or Sufyan? Sufyan.
It's Sufyan.
Oh, it's Sufyan. Okay. Sufyan, are you there, Sufyan?
Yes, you can see, sir.
Do you understand? I believe you understand.
Not all, but yes.
So, if it is not all, do you have any question? You don't understand that portion only?
No, I don't want to ask.
You don't want to ask why. I'm here for giving you service. So you will ask questions, and I'm bound to give the answer, isn't it? That's why I got the job here.
Yeah, I actually, when I do the coding, if I don't understand something, I will test you, sir. Don't worry.
Okay, that means you are confident enough to perform later. Okay, then Mr. Khan,
Yes, sir.
are you there on board?
Yes, I'm still here.
How much? How many percentage you understood? How much?
Maybe 70.
70. Okay. What is the 30% you don't understand? Ask me question.
Actually, it doesn't mean I don't understand, but the thing is, I'm not very familiar with the sectors and the rest, so maybe it will be fine later.
What is the problem basically for the 30% you are you will understand why not today, why you pending? You need to go for practice. That's why.
Yeah, because I'm not very familiar with all the sectors and something like that.
Yeah, one thing I just observed that for the 4 hours class, if I give the 2 hours lecture for you, it will be a huge topic then, isn't it? So I was expecting that the 4 days class is fine because every day I just start with the new brain, the refresh brain. So if I give you the 4 hours, there's so many topics you need to practice them by your own. The whether you can perform by your own or in front of me or any time else. So it is most important for practicing. So one thing you can do, I'm not a professional attitude like other person in Malaysia. So I will offer you by most of the times you can come to the ground floor so that we can discuss on that. Each and every one students is important to me. Every student is important to me. So take it as mind, okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, now I want to go to whom? To Anisa. See, Anisa is feeling shame. Why, Anisa? You are in the classroom. So why you feel like shame? You looks very pretty today. Anisa?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. How much you understand my topic? Unmute. Just unmute.
70%, sir.
70, why 70%? All 70%. Why not 70 to 60% or 80%? What the 30%? how you calculate the percentage, how many topics I have covered today, that 30% you don't understand. Which one? The constructor I have covered, the default constructor and the parameterized constructor. Hmm? Anissa is, feeling shame. Why? The shame is two types of shame we have. One is legal shame and another is illegal shame. Illegal shame means you should not feel shame. Who?
This is your concept or this is legally concept?
This is my concept. My concept is there is a illegal shame. Illegal shame means you should not shame. Who basically who should shame? Who should feel shame? Who does the wrong thing? Who does the the bad work, bad thing? That should be the shame. If you're not if you're doing the good thing, why you should feel shame? So if you're not doing any bad thing and if you feel shame, that is called illegal shame. Understand?
Yes, sir, you're right. But I feel uncomfortable of seeing my face.
Okay, you see, we always see in the classroom. Okay, 30%. Problem is 30%. I know. Okay, the thing then to whom
I
should.
think Astal understood our
30% need break, sir. 30% need break.
Oh, break is always, no problem. You can take break. But
Sir, I have
You
request,
just
sir.
mute your phone, Nuri. It's break.
Who is requesting me?
Me, sir.
Okay.
Sir, could you just share to us about the roadmap to really complete this course? I mean, like sometimes I really need to figure out like in which point are we learn today and in which point are we hitting for next
Okay, the
something.
problem is I'm struggling to show you. Okay. One thing over my course. This one. This is the roadmap. The introduction to object-oriented concept. I'm giving you only 2 lectures, 2-hour lectures, isn't it? Is not possible. And there's a predefined class, that is library class. We'll learn by, but they put this one, but I will separate. I will cover everything. But the concept is, everything is concept I'm giving you. The predefined class, we will use the library later on. The user defined class, I'm covering all the things, whatever the teacher, students I am creating. This is the or user defined class. Okay. And the inheritance I will cover. The polymorphism is still the overlapping topics. Is still the polymorphism. If I tell you the polymorphism is the poly means multiple, more than one. So what is the poly? Poly means the polymorphism, that is poly formation. That means multiple formation of the name. Like you see the name of different method. This is the polymorphism. In C, you cannot even the same name with different parameters, but Java accepts this or the facilitates the polymorphism using the same name but within the different parameters, the multiple methods you can have. Even this is I'll just covering this one for the polymorphism, and even in the array of objects, after creating the objects, it will be clear, then the array of objects will be understood later on. And in the graphical user interface, that is the window like, we'll do the program for window like. You have to have the dialog box, you have to have the button, so click on event, then the event driven programming. That means when you click on a button, this button will do something like this. So we'll have this the graphical user interface and the event driven programming altogether the same. And the design pattern, this is the theory of the later, but I don't know how far I can go, but I'll try to make you understand everything. But it is required to you that you have to ask questions, you have to come on board. That's why I'm just struggling to make you on board. That's why I just pressurize you to open your camera. Understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So far, how much you understand? But if you cooperate me, I can go a little bit faster to cover our syllabus. Understand?
Sir, if in my opinion, I think most of us are confusing around private and public bar, I think.
Okay, you are looking for this one?
Yes, sir. Kind of looking for that.
Mind map of this one.
Yes, so it's like more visible for me to realize.
So I have a huge mind map, not for you, for the whole Java, like MI and a mind map. Let me open. Where is my open? You see, but I should not cover everything. It's a huge. So what I will do, I'm just clicking off this one, this one, this one, this OPP. This is mandatory, the polymorphism, abstraction, then inheritance, encapsulation. This is the basement of the object-oriented concept. I'm trying to cover this first, okay? I'm trying to cover this first. Inheritance, then see your syllabus. This inheritance is there, polymorphism is there, but I don't know who created this syllabus, but the object-oriented programming concept has 4 pillars. What are the pillars? Pillars are these 4: polymorphism, then abstraction, inheritance, and encapsulations. These 4 is called the pillar of object-oriented programming. So they cover only the inheritance and polymorphism. without even if I don't discuss the encapsulations, it automatically will be discussed. Cannot be eliminated these four items, four pillars from the object oriented paradigm. Understand? Hmm?
Yes, sir, understood.
So many things we have, but I will try to cover as much possible and as much you can take from me. As much you can take from me. If you feel like, okay, it's a huge pressure, I will reduce my topic also according to the syllabus. Or if we have time, then we can go for your interest. But I will not do any questions outside the syllabus. I will not put any questions from outside the syllabus. But for your betterment, I do believe without the four pillars, this is not adequate knowledge to understand the object-oriented technology. Understand? So many things we have. I just shared this Java, JDK, this like that. You just go through this one. I'm not giving you all the things, The exception handling is the most important, but the exception handling is not used inside your syllabus. Hmm. Then, then, what others I need to mandatory, Even in my main method, what is main method? Everything I have declared in my main. This is the system class. You see, system.out.println. This also the system.out.println method. Why? This is the system is a class. And another thing for your understanding, you can what you can do. You can do this type of things. System. You see, system dot put the control. Press the control key and click the left click on the mouse. Okay, you will see the system class. This is the library class. And you will find, but you may not understand. But basically, you need to see the out. Out is also a method. So it is little bit tough then for your understanding. But I'm just showing how to interact with this code. Okay, if you put this, this is not the inside. That's why. If you put in here, okay, that class teacher, click, you can go to this. Okay. So you can study on object methods, so many things. I'll just introduce you. Later on, you just you can go through. At least you can know the roadmap. The constructor versus method. So there are so many things. I don't want to show you everything from today for today. Could you please share the recorded video in editor mode? Editor mode, so that you can download, because you cannot view the previous demanded record since file is very big. Okay, if I give you the editor mode, you can delete this file, so other students will be in trouble. Understood, Kant? One thing I can do for you, I can download the video and upload in my what's called in YouTube channel. Okay. Okay, better. Because whenever I just taking the class in outside the AIU, I used to create all the video for available in future, so that see my YouTube channel I have. I'm just not unprofessional YouTube channels. Not I call it mustard G. I call it mustard G. So this is my YouTube channels. I have. No, I'm conducting ISTQ VCTFL like the testing course worldwide. Mm. Even my kids video also there. Mm. So I will create a playlist for you, and I will upload those videos, these class videos in my YouTube channel. Okay, no problem. Okay, understand? Okay, then Eka is alone. Eka is alone. How are you, Eka? Long time no see.
Great, sir. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. Long time you see you. You are using the whiteboard in your room. You can calculate. So next time I want to see you in your board. There is a Java code. Okay.
Maybe later.
Yeah. Okay. Then how much you understand this concept of today's constructor?
I'm actually already understand you.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
I have question, but for another topic. Right now,
Oh,
I just trying scanner. I'm
oh,
still trying
scanner.
scanner.
Starting with the scanner. Okay. I'm just after the break, I will go for the scanner. Okay, for you, so that you
No,
can.
don't do that
Okay,
only for me.
okay, because you asking me, that's why. It's a for you. Nobody is asking me how to get input from user from the keyboard, and you asking me. That's why. But do you have any questions on this topic, the constructor? This is most important topic.
No.
Okay. Is any Chahio? Are there Chahio? The
Yes, sir.
president. Do you have
So
any question?
I don't have any question actually, but I just want to ask your uh, opinion about this. This class is 4 hours, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And but somehow, me personally, I'm losing my focus on maybe only 20 or 30 minutes. So how can I?
Yeah. There's problem.
How,
I just the first version of the class schedule was 4 days, 2 hours, 2 hours. It was nice, but how come they changed this one? I don't know. Even I should ask Madam Halauti to if she had any arrangement for us to reduce at least my class. Should I ask? Should I propose? Chahiyo? For 4 days, it distributed the 8 hours for 4 days. So 4 days is only 1 hour for my lecture and another hour. That means 2 hours, not 4 hours. 2 hours each day. 1 hour for my lectures. I'm understanding. Or we can use the 2 hours for you are doing something. I'm giving you like the in the lab. Is it suitable?
No, this is okay. This is already good.
Hmm? Which one is okay?
This one, 4 hours, 4 hours.
For 4 hours,
I think
for
we
us.
only need a break in the middle of a class.
Ha. Okay, but I'm giving you the break. But before break, do we have any questions like on this one? If you don't, then I will ask question myself. Do you have any questions on this?
Oh, I have some questions, sir.
Ask me.
So this semester is basically we learn about Java, but for the topic it's like when we learn about C, right? So we're gonna learn file handling and user input, or
The
is it different?
the topic I will cover, that is, I should cover these topics after this. Okay. So what I will do, for understanding first, okay, for understanding first the paradigm of the language. This is the four pillars we should have. The four pillars of object oriented. After that, you will go for the what is called the GUI GUI like applications, graphical user interface. Understand? So that you can look and feel and work with this. Your project will be on that. You have to create a project using graphical user interface, and you have to interact with the database also. It's not a big deal. But I'm just asking you whether you have any question on constructor. No one is asking on constructors. How many constructors we can have?
As much as we want.
As much as
One.
Yeah, I have created two.
You say two, default constructor, another is parameter
This,
constructor.
there are two types of constructor. One is default constructor, is a type. Another is parameter constructors type. How many default constructors we can have, and how many parameters constructor we can have? Hmm? Any idea? Juberi,
Sir,
tell me how many constructors you can create.
does the construction depend with the number of classes we have or what?
Number of classes, no, inside one class. I'm talking about inside one class. And I'm not concerned about the other classes. Other classes have the other constructors, no problem. But only inside the one class, how many constructors we can create? Any idea?
Actually, I'm not sure.
That is the answer you have, I know. But do you have any idea? Nuri? Nuri is in selfie mode. Golam, do you have any idea? Depends on the class. Depends on the class name. Or depends on the what? Depends on the class. That means I'm asking for how many constructors we can create for teacher class. As much as we want. Okay. So thing is that the constructor, this is called polymorphisms. In different name, a different function had the same name. It's called polymorphism. Huh? The different function, but have the same name. So how many same name functions we can create? Let's try another function with the same name. I just want to copy
Sir, excuse me, sir. Can you give the break, sir? I need to go to the toilet, sir.
Okay, after the break, I will come to this point. Okay. Okay. Thank you for 15 minutes.
I'm really sorry, sir. It's urgent, sir.
No problem. Okay. Thank you very much. I'm stopping my record.